right now.
Every week we have a famous entrepreneur presentation at the Yes Group. And the reason we have this is so we can learn how this person became successful in their own business, and maybe we can apply some of their techniques to our own business life. I want you to give a rock star welcome to Gamso.
Thank you. Can everybody hear me okay at this level?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to speak today about, it's a company and then a couple of gentlemen that started this company. So my plan started out to be one person, but it really grew into two that really made this company successful. And I'm passionate about it because I'm a hairstylist. So what I chose today was the Paul Mitchell Company. Everybody heard of Paul Mitchell?
Yeah.
Can anybody tell me what Paul Mitchell looks like?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Guy with a beard.
Guy with the beard.
That's just like you.
That's actually incorrect. But that's part of the branding, and that's the misconception. He is the face of Paul Mitchell. His name is John Paul DeJoria. He's got a beard, a ponytail. He's on all their posters. Paul Mitchell actually died in 1989. So, but I'll go ahead and tell you the story. Paul Mitchell was born in Scotland in 1936. He went to cosmetology school at the age of 16. Became very successful right away. He won many competitions, hairstyling competitions when he was young. He joined the Vidal Sasson team in England and got more training there, and won many awards, became one of the top stylists in London. 1966, he moved to the United States and opened his own salons. So that was his dream, was to be a salon owner and a premier hairstylist. 1980, he met a fellow by the name of John Paul DeJoria, and they formed a partnership. Their dream was to launch a product line of professional hair care products that would only be sold to salons or hairstylists. So somebody had promised them some seed money to start this business, $500,000. That fell through. They pulled together what totaled to be $750 to start their company. Their first product was called hair sculpting lotion, and they were on a shoestring, on a thread, starting this company, getting this product developed, bottled, very plain bottles and packaging. They hand-delivered it to salons themselves and guaranteed the salon owners and stylists that if the product didn't sell, they would take it back and give them full refunds. That was 1980, they formed a partnership. Unfortunately, Paul Mitchell died of pancreatic cancer in 1989. So John Paul DeJoria, being the entrepreneur and the visionary he was, and very philanthropic, he continued to grow this company. Today the company does over $700 million in sales, and they're one of the fastest growing privately held companies in the United States. And I was trying not to refer to my notes, but I have to a little bit here, so I have a lot of this memorized. And one of the reasons I'm so passionate about this company, I'm a product of a Paul Mitchell school, and I use Paul Mitchell products, and I'm actually employed at the Paul Mitchell School in Tampa, part-time educator there. So I know a lot about the company and the family, and I'm very passionate about them. Like I said, $700 million in sales. Their corporate offices are in Beverly Hills, and their management team consists of 130 people. John Paul says that they do the work of 300. In 25 years, they've only had to replace 15 people on that management team, which says a lot for how he runs his company, how he treats his people, the type of people he hires. They cater lunch every day at the corporate offices for everybody at the corporate office every day of the work week. Catered lunch is provided. The company today is jointly held by John Paul DeJoria and Paul Mitchell's son, Angus. And Angus is a platform artist, educator, salon owner, very nice guy. I've met him. He's in his 30s, and he's about 49% owner of the Paul Mitchell Company that his father started. In 2001, John Paul formed another partnership with a fellow by the name of Win Claybaugh, and they started the education system. So it started out to be products and hairstyling, then it went into education, and they started opening schools. There's currently 104 schools around the country. The culture at the school is very strong about giving back to community. And when I was involved in the school, I was part of that. Win Claybaugh has a quote that says, "We teach skills needed for a successful beauty career and a successful life," which includes being nice and giving back. The students last year at the schools raised $1.2 million, and that does not include any corporate money from the Paul Mitchell Company. And they do this with grassroots type of things. They raised money for Lisa Gibbons Memory Foundation, Larry King Cardiac Foundation, Children's Miracle Network, and Food for Africa, and that's just to name a few of them. And it's all the grassroots efforts. They do cut-a-thons, car washes, bake sales, all the stuff within the schools and the communities. So the students are very passionate about this fundraising as well. And I'll close with a couple of things because I know my time's limited. John Paul DeJoria also partnered with an outfit called American Forests. They're an international nonprofit. And there's a product line called Tea Tree within the Paul Mitchell product line. Every bottle, well, he funds the planting of a tree, of enough trees to offset the carbon emissions created by the manufacturing of that tea tree line. So that's one way that they give back. All the corporate offices and the schools try to be very green. Recycling, using both sides of paper, using electronics as much as they can for their presentations. And I'll just close with this quote from John Paul DeJoria. Success unshared is failure.
Very good.
That's my turn. Any questions from anybody? Okay. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. You're welcome.